This is the second week of our series on Psalm 139 that we're simply calling 139. And I have a question to start us out this week, and it is, who in here has played hide and seek? And I want hands raised. If you've ever played hide and seek ever, Ben, I know you have played hide and seek. Yeah. And you want to know why I know Ben has played hide and seek? Because these are, if you look really hard, you can see toddler Andrew in the picture too. He's behind Ben, where Ben is cleverly hiding behind the pillows and hiding underneath the blanket. Andrew's up under there with him. So hide and seek. So tell me some of your favorite places that you have hidden. Inside a kitchen cabinet. Oh, that's a good one. Lanes?
In my house, there's a bunch, and my favorite one is in the bathroom under the sink.
In your bath? Oh, that's a good one. You have to crouch really low. Okay, who else? Good favorite hiding spaces? Yeah. Whoa, in a washing machine. That's tough. All right. Front loader or top loader? I mean, there's some things to navigate there. Okay, who else? Oh, back here.
At my friend Ferris's house,
Yeah?
I always love to hide in the bathroom cabinet.
Bathroom cabinets. That's a good one. It's a popular one. One of my kids' favorites when they were itty bitty, it's like a special delight to my heart to remember when my kids were little and we played hide and seek. Because when they were really little, one of their favorites was to go into the shower and pull the curtain. And it's a delight to me to remember, because who here has played hide and seek with a toddler? Yeah, so you know how they play. They go into the shower, and then you make a big show of it. You're like, oh, you count really loud, and you're like, oh, where could Andrew be? Is he in the closet? And you look in, and they can only wait for so long until they're like, oh, Mommy, I'm in the shower. I'm in the shower. Come find me. And so you go, because why? Because they want to be found. They are so excited to be found. And at that little age, they don't love to be separated from you for too long. And so they love the game because they love to be found. So it is really delightful for me to remember those small years. But even now, my kids are 11 and 13, and they play hide and seek all over this building. So when they're here with other staff kids or with other kids who are in this building a lot, then they know all the good hiding spaces in the entire building. But even as a grown-up, so not even a grown-up hiding with little kids, even as a grown-up, I realize I still hide. It's different than playing a game, although it is sort of a game when you're trying to hide from God. But I hide for all kinds of reasons. I hide sometimes in a crowd when I'm avoiding a certain person in the crowd. I kind of hide and I navigate around so someone doesn't find me. Or I sometimes hide, or I want to hide when I'm really overwhelmed and I just want to hide. And actually sometimes I literally hide under my covers in bed because I just want everything else to go away. It's a lot of things, a lot of reasons we hide. Some of them good and they're really fun and we want to be found. And then some of them kind of scary or overwhelming, and we kind of wish no one would find us. So we're going to come back to this hide and seek a little later on, but first, I'm going to pray. I'm going to pray in a minute. First, just a quick reminder how the service is going to look a little different this morning, especially if you weren't here last week. We're kind of intentionally taking a breather with this series. So we're in this season of transition as a church. Our founding pastor just retired. We're learning together how to do church by discerning God's will together. So we're learning a new way. We're transitioning to a new way. Not to mention the personal transitions. This time of year especially, new school year is starting, getting used to a new school. Maybe you sent your kids off to college, or maybe you're out of the school years, but you're navigating the transition of a loss of a loved one. Or your friend landscape is maybe changing and you're friends with different people, or God is calling you a new direction. So lots of transitions that we're navigating. And so we felt really drawn to having a 3-week series where we just take a breather. So instead of us up here teaching a bunch of things to you and giving you lots of info about this psalm, what we want is just to hold some space, to invite God into wherever each of us is at in a transition, in our transition as a whole. Just invite him into wherever we are and let him speak whatever he wants to speak to each one of us through looking at the psalm. Last week, Danielle did a fantastic job of teaching us about the sigh and how it's often our body's cue that we're changing gears, that we're going from one thing to the next. But as I was sitting with and kind of contemplating and praying about, how we would kind of navigate transitions today, what I felt more drawn to was something more active. Because I just recognize that a lot of times when I get kind of tangled up in my brain over something, which happens fairly often, or I don't know what to do, or I'm feeling some kind of way, it's like what I like to do is like get in my body to go for a walk. Yesterday I was super frustrated because I hit broil instead of bake on my oven, and I burned the top of my cornbread for the potluck. And I was, as my husband and daughter can attest, not pleased. So after I remade the cornbread and kind of a snit, I was like, I just need something. So I went downstairs and did a workout just to get in my body. Okay, so there's and the kids do it too. The kids do it at school. My kids call them brain breaks, but they use Go Noodle at schools. It's for a purpose. It's to get their wiggles out, but it's also a way that getting into our bodies gets us out of our brains, and it has a way of sorting things out in our brain space to open us back up so we can refocus on what's in front of us. So we're going to do a little bit of these today. And we're going to start off with one before we have a special guest that's going to come up and read our psalm for us today. But before we do that, let's all stand up. Unless you have a tiny baby on your chest, and then you don't have to. Okay, and I do this sometimes with the kids down in Kids Zone because it's just a way to just get into our bodies before we try to take something in. Okay, so we're going to do some stretches. So we're going to stretch way up, way up, as high as you can stretch. See if you can touch the ceiling, way up. Okay. And now bring your arms down really slowly. Try not to whack the person next to you. Or do try to whack the person next to you, but playfully. Okay, and now let's kind of roll our shoulders a little bit. Oh, that feels good. Forward and back. Maybe roll your head a couple times. I'm going to try not to get tangled in the mic when I do that. Okay, and then take your arms wide. You might have to scooch a little bit, kind of go before, in front of behind. And then twist. Oh, yeah, there we go. We're going to helicopter real gently. Gently. We're not going to whack each other-ish. Okay, there we go. If you can, from your seat, depending on your stability, take a leg up. Oh, that feels good. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Hold your cup. Okay. And then this one, some of you may not be able to do it, but go as far as you can, down to your toes. Oh, there we go. Roll back up. Okay. Hopefully we didn't pull any muscles. I pulled a muscle in my back sleeping one time, so a lot of us are at that age. Okay, there we go. Feeling loose? Okay, now go ahead and sit down. And now we're ready for Elizabeth to come up and read the psalm for us. Okay, and this is just a reminder. I know you all know this, but let's just get into a comfortable position. You can close your eyes if you want. If you want to read along, and you pull it up on your phone, this is the easy English translation, which is different than the easy to read. There are two. This one is just easy in all caps. If you want to pull it up, if not, it'll be on the screen. But you can close your eyes. But really, as Elizabeth is reading for us, just really take some time to notice. Pay attention to what stands out to you, what God might be kind of poking at in you, what he might be saying to you while she reads to us. Okay.
Lord, you look deep inside me, and you know all about me. You know when I sit down, and you know when I get up. Even when you are far away, you understand what I'm thinking about. You see me when I go out, and you see me when I stay at home. You know everything that I do. Yes, Lord, I open my mouth to speak. You know what I will say. You are all around me, in front of me and behind me. You put your hand on me to help me. You know so much about me. It is wonderful. I cannot understand it. My thoughts cannot reach as high as that. Is there anywhere that I can go to your spirit, away from your spirit? Anywhere that I go, you are already there. If I go up to heaven, you will be there. If I dig deep into the ground to reach Sheol, you will be there too. If I fly away to where the sun rises in the east, or to the other side of the sea in the west, you will be there. You will use your hand to lead me. Your strong right hand will keep me safe. I might say, I will hide myself in the dark, and the light around me will change into night. But it is never too dark for you to see. For you, the night has as much light as the day. Darkness and the light are the same to you. You make every part of me. You made me grow inside my mother before I was even born. I thank you for the wonderful way that you have made me. Everything that I do is wonderful. I know it is true. While you caused me to grow in a secret place, none of my body was hidden from you. You made me deep in the earth. Your eyes watched me before I was born. Before I had seen the light of the day, you decided how many days I would live. You wrote it down in your book. You have so much thoughts about me, God, I cannot understand them all. There are too many for me to count, more than the sand of the shore of the sea. Even if I finish counting them, you will still be there. God, you should surely destroy the wicked people. Yes, you murderers, leave me alone. Those people say bad things against you, God. Your enemies always tell lies. Lord, I hate those people who hate you. I have no time for those who turn against you. Yes, I hate them. Your enemies are my enemies too. Please, God, I look deep inside me. See what there is in my thoughts. Show me if I'm following evil ways. Lead me in the right way that has always been true.
Good. Oh, she did so good. Good job, Elizabeth. Oh dear. Hopefully I'm not about to break that. Whoa, boy. All right. So there's a lot of different ways to reflect on Scripture. And one of them that we did last week is just to hold spaces of a lot of silence, which I love. Not everybody loves it. I think especially kids don't especially love it. And with the kids in here with us today, what I really was excited about doing and really feeling drawn toward is a different way to reflect on Scripture, and it's by leaning into our imagination. And now kids are actually really good at this already. So kids, you really don't need a lot of instruction for what we're going to do, but hold on for just a second because the grown-ups might need some instruction on what to do. Because I think we as grown-ups tend to sort of discount that imaginative space in our brain as like not real. Like, oh, well, that's just pretend. But if you think about it, like your times with God or your spaces with God, where is it that we sort of hear his voice? Or when we're reading something and we see it, we can see what it is that we're reading. Or when we kind of just know what to pray for somebody else during prayer ministry. It all comes from this imaginative space in our brain. So this morning we're going to lean into that space. But before I read the psalm, our portion today that we're going to focus on, it's 11 to 16, we're going to take another brain break. But this one you don't have to get up for. You can stay in your seats. I've been researching chair exercising for my mom because she's at an age where she doesn't get out of her chair very often. So we're going to do some chair exercising, okay? But you have to do it with me so I don't look silly. Okay, here we go. Well, I might look silly anyway. That's okay. So it might help to put your coffee cup down or your tea down or whatever it is because we're going to need both hands, okay? All right, so here we go. Can you all see me? Here, I'll put this down again. Okay, so first what we're going to do, and kids, you too, okay, we're going to go out with our hands, okay, out, and then cross, and then 2 taps, tap, tap, okay? And then we're going to snap and kick at the same time, but with opposite leg and arm, and then do the other one. Okay, let's try that again. Out, cross, slap, slap, snap, kick, down, snap, kick, down. All right, that was good. Okay, next sequence. We're going to start with 2 slaps, 2 claps, and now this time we're going to punch an opposite knee and down, and then punch an opposite knee and down. Okay, so let's do that one again. Slap, slap, clap, clap, punch, down, punch, down. Okay, we'll put it all together? Yeah? Okay, here we go. Out, cross, slap, slap, snap, kick, slap, slap, clap, clap, punch, knee, punch, knee. Yeah! This is great. Okay, a little faster. Yeah? Yeah, we can do it. We can do it. Okay, here we go. We're going to go out, cross, slap, slap, snap, snap, slap, slap, clap, clap, punch, punch. A little faster. Okay. Can we do it? Okay. Here we go. Out, cross, slap, slap, snap, snap. Did I do that right? Punch. Yeah, I did. Punch. Okay. All right. Body break 2. Complete. Okay. Now that we have just gotten the wiggles out, can settle in and hear. And just hear from God from an open space in your brain. And I'll read our section for today. I might say, I will hide myself in the dark, and the light around me will change into night. But it is never too dark for you to see. For you, the night has as much light as the day. Darkness and light are the same to you. You made every part of me. You made me grow inside my mother before I was born. I thank you for the wonderful way that you have made me. Everything that you do is wonderful. I know it is true. While you caused me to grow in a secret place, none of my body was hidden from you. You made me deep in the earth. Your eyes watched me before I was born. Before I had seen the light of day, you decided how many days I would live, and you wrote it down in your book. And so the psalmist David starts this section by talking about hiding. So we're going to go back to hide and seek. And so what I want you to do, how we're going to reflect, is we're going to start by closing our eyes and imagining we're playing hide and seek. So imagine, so a lot of you identified your favorite hiding spot. Maybe you want to imagine that you're in your favorite hiding spot, playing hide and seek. If you're a grown-up, Maybe it's a favorite hiding spot you had as a kid. Or maybe it's, a delightful time of hide and seek you had playing with your toddler or playing with your niece or nephew or a friend. But in as much as you can, put yourself there into that hiding spot. If you want to, you could even physically hide yourself. If it's okay with kids, if it's okay with your mom or dad, you could hide under the chair, or you can hide behind your hands, or you can crouch underneath your arms. Whatever to kind of help you just be in that space of hiding. Okay, so from that spot, I just want you to notice some things. As you're imagining you're in your hiding spot, just notice a few things. What do you feel in your body? Just check in with your physical body. What are you feeling as you're hiding there? What thoughts do you find going through your head? What are you thinking about as you're hiding? What emotions are you feeling? So stay in that hiding place, and I'm going to read the next section of this psalm. And the psalmist was recording it as things that he knew about God. But I'm going to read it from a different perspective. I'm going to read it as in God is saying it to us. Because he had to say it to the psalmist first before the psalmist could know it. So I'm going to be like the God's voice to you reading this next section. So stay in that hiding place as best you can, and just listen for what God may want to say to you. I made every part of you. I formed you. My very hands knit you together inside of your mom. And I love the way I made you. The way I made you is wonderful. Even before I intricately wove you together, I saw you. When nobody else had seen you yet, I lovingly beheld you. I was so excited to form you because I also knew the days ahead that I was forming you for. I knew how I would weave you into the life that I had for you. I made you, every part of you, wonderful. Now I want you to notice again those same things. After hearing what God had to say to you in that hiding place, what do you feel in your body? Is it the same? Is it different? Check in on what thoughts are going through your head. What emotions are you feeling? And so as you're noticing those things, how do you want to respond to God from that place, from what he's just spoken to you? Maybe you have questions for him. He's also just an amazing listener if there's a lot of things that you just want to say to him. Maybe it helps to write things down or to draw a picture. And you can use those cards that are in the seat pocket in front of you if you want to do that. Just take a moment to respond to him any way that feels natural to you. Remember that prayer and talking with God is meant to be a conversation. So if you responded and had a lot of things to say to him, that's great, because he's also just the best listener. But remember to pause after you say lots of things to him to see if he has anything more to say to you, too. And it can go back and forth. He may say something to you, and then you find yourself responding again, and it go back and forth a couple of times, or maybe not at all, and that's okay, too.